Hi guys, Rick here, helping you to master your technology. This video is about in-depth review of new facelift Toyota Corolla X 2018. So, let's get started.
Subscribe to get smart, and to watch the latest videos first. Hit the bell icon and you will be notified about the new videos updates instantly.
The new Toyota Corolla 2018 now looks much more sharper and even more aggressive than its predecessor. It is definitely one of the best looking sedans from the Japanese manufacturer. The changes to the facelifted Altis are small but significant enough to make a difference. Visually, the revised front end design is the most noticeable thing about the updated model. The grille is now streamlined and uses a fair bit less chrome now, giving it a more youthful stance. The LED headlamps too are now sharper and slimmer. Overall, the front fascia comes across as a touch more aggressive and sporty looking. The front grille has two horizontal chrome slats. The top slat seems to continue into the headlamps. It gives the car that mean look which forms the basic character. The headlamps are projector ones and offer very good illumination. These headlamps also get daytime running LEDs, which are placed on the outside bottom corner of the headlamps. A new redesigned front and rear bumpers also make their way into the facelift. The changes to the rear are more minor in nature, with only a slight redesign of the taillights being the key difference. It's one of those that you really have to squint to spot, but it doesn't really matter because it is still a good looking family sedan with a modern and refreshing styling. There is no change in the side profile of the car. It comes with 16-inch alloy wheels. The rear of the new Toyota Corolla XRS 2018 has a very European feel to it. The tail lamps are longer this time and are sleeker just like the headlamps. The new Toyota Corolla XRS 2018 looks much more appealing now. Toyota has transformed the styling of the XRS with minimal changes to the already radical design. Though one may not notice it instantly, the front look definitely is worth turning heads. Rear side of new Corolla facelifted will come with updated and new taillights which gives it more modern and stylish look. Touch button in the trunk allows you to unlock, while the smart keys rests in your pocket. The Corolla managed to hold more carry-on sized bags than its sedan rivals, but its overall score was hindered by average cubby storage and a recalcitrant folding rear seat. The drawback of extra legroom in the back seat is diminished space in the trunk. This is the case for the Corolla and its 13 cubic feet of cargo room, although the trunk is practically shaped, as indicated by its ability to fit 6 carry-ons. The build quality and interior design took a massive step forward with the current gen car, and the cabin delivers clean and simple approach paired with the expected Toyota solidity. There was quite a hoopla when the 10th generation Honda Civic was launched, mostly because it was a launch of a new Civic and it was a turbo, but also because of its subpar build quality. Looking at the interior of the car, I must say it was not as bad as it was in the earlier model of 10th generation Honda Civic. I did notice a couple of plastic panels that were not properly aligned or had irregular gaps, like a straight plastic strip that runs down between front pillars on the dashboard, right at the bottom of the windscreen. It was not properly seated, and the plastic cover around the left A-pillar was also not properly seated as well. But generally, the fitting of the interior panels was satisfactory. As for the quality and feel of the materials is concerned, I would not classify it as premium, but it was still pretty nice. In short, the interior did not feel cheap or poorly built. The plastic material used in the door panel on the dashboard as well as the steering wheel felt nice to the touch. Usually, the cheap plastic used in vehicles either feels sticky or scratchy, but it was not the case in this car. The cream colored part in the middle of the dashboard felt nice to touch, but I do feel that it will be going to be a dirt magnet. With the front seats fully moved backward, you get sufficient legroom in the front for anyone who is 6 feet tall. You will easily be able to stretch your legs straight if you are sitting in the front. However, things will get tighter if the front seats are fully moved backward. Other than that, one great feature of the interior of the Corolla is that you can change the recline of the rear seats as well. I found the seats to be soft and comfortable, but I felt that they were not made to hold you in your place in case you are driving on bumpy roads. You will move around in the seats unnecessarily if the road is rough. But overall, both sitting position and the comfort level is pretty impressive. And one thing I must add here is that the new car is spookily quiet. Except for the faint engine roar at high RPM, I could hardly hear anything inside the cabin. The newly designed dashboard now comes with what Toyota is calling a 3-dimensional floating interior with soft touch padding. The AC vents on extreme left and right are now circular instead of triangular like in the previous iteration. Right in the middle of the dashboard now you get a new 9-inch capacitive touch LCD surrounded by a piano black bezel. You get 2 center AC vents on top of the LCD with a digital clock in the middle. The Toyota Corolla continues to offer great seats which are very comfortable. The driver seat also gets electric adjustment. The steering adjustment though remains manual. The seats offer good all-round support. The same is the case with the rear. The Corolla has always had one of the best rear seats and the Facelift also continues to have this tray. However, the rear armrest takes some struggle to open. The rear seats have a 60-40 split and there is generous amount of legroom on offer. The interiors of the new Toyota Corolla haven't seen any major change. The same dashboard is being offered, albeit some changes. It gets better materials and a dual tone theme. The air vents on the center console are new rectangular ones that make the overall dashboard design look sleeker. There is new leather trim offered in top variants. The steering wheel is the same as well. The steering wheel of the new car also comes loaded with a bunch of buttons that can help you do a bunch of things without being distracted. On the left side of the steering wheel, you get your audio controls, from changing volume to changing tracks. Whereas on the right side of the steering wheel you get your multi-information display control buttons. From here you can choose and change all the information you see on the center dash. For example, your trip meter, your fuel average, inside/outside temperature, etc. The cruise control knob is also situated on the right side of the steering wheel. Since the Altis Grande comes with the paddle shifters, you will find them behind the steering wheel spokes. The steering wheel is telescopic as well as tilting. The biggest change is the new infotainment system that now gets a larger touch screen and feels nice to use. The auto AC controls are placed below the touch screen, and you do get dual zone climate control like some of its rivals. The instrument panel has been updated with a layered structure that hides joints, along with a redesigned climate control panel and circular air vents. As for the fascia, a piano black center cluster surround and chrome look trim have been added, and, on Prestige derivatives, the width of the audio system's touchscreen has increased from 6.1 to 7 inches. Other changes include new circular side air vents, new steering mounted controls, and the replacement of the rear 12V socket with 2 USB ports. On the whole, the cabin ambience has improved a fair amount. The new infotainment system is a considerable improvement over the previous one, featuring a responsive touch screen, navigation, voice recognition and mirror-link connectivity. It is not as sophisticated as the system seen in the Innova Krista, but it is satisfactorily functional. Nevertheless, the infotainment system also rates you on how economical your driving is, telling you what you could change to make your driving greener. Other equipment on this top spec VL trim includes an electrically adjustable driver's seat with adjustable lumbar support, cruise control, automatic headlamps and wipers, auto dimming rear view mirror, electrically folding and adjustable wing mirrors that tilt down automatically when the car is slotted into reverse, and a rear view camera. Also worth a mention is the air conditioning. Even without rear AC blowers, it does a fantastic job of cooling the cabin. The CVT gearbox also gets a sport mode and hill start assist. However, Putting it into sport mode does not alter performance much. The only difference is small changes in the CVT shift points. The car comes with preset 7 speeds that you can change with the paddle shifter behind the steering wheel. Before I talk about transmission and car's drivability, I want to talk about the new sport button in facelift Corolla. Although Toyota says the car will perform better and sportier in sport mode, I didn't find any difference as such in the drive of the car. It is like they renamed the Eco Mode button. When turned on, the car will perform regularly the sport mode. And when turned off, the car goes into its Eco Mode. So I do think the button is a bit misleading. But I might be wrong here. Secondly, those paddle shifters are not as snappy and quick as one would like them to be. It comes with a 2.0 liter inline 4 water-cooled engine. And in CVTi model, the engine is mated to Toyota's CVT gearbox. Manual comes with the same engine mated to a 6-speed gearbox. The 2ZF engine is equipped with sequential multiport fuel injection system, SFI, as well as Toyota's dual VVTi technology. The engine makes 138 bhp and 173 Nm of torque at 4000 rpm. The ride quality, as before, is laudable. The long travel suspension glides over most minor road imperfections and handles larger bumps and potholes well too. Stability is good on the whole, though it does not ride as flat as some of its rivals on undulating surfaces. Through corners, the Altis feels composed and stable, allowing you to take bends at relatively high speeds. New Corolla has a fuel tank of 55 liters, and if you trust the official fuel average figures of 14.8 km per liter, you can get a fair amount of mileage. But the amount of time I was driving the car, I didn't get more than 10 km per liter. That included a few fast 0 to 120 km per hour runs, as well as normal 60 km per hour cruising. I highly doubt you can achieve 14.8 km per liter in real life scenario. Verdict: there's a reason why the Toyota Corolla is the highest seller in its segment. It doesn't offer an engaging driving experience like some of its rivals, but the car does what it is told to do, and in a good way, well almost. It excels in areas where customers don't want a reason to be disappointed, and that's ease of use, practicality, space, and comfort. Since it is a Toyota, it'll probably outlast the owner, and even if you decide to sell the car, the resale value will be much better than its immediate rivals, and service costs won't burn a hole in your pocket too. So, if you're looking for any of these things, you know you gotta pick this. But if you're an enthusiast looking for a car that's involving to drive and comes with modern tech, you know where to look. Before I end this video, if you want something specific to show in my next video, just say in the comment section below. If you found this video entertaining and enjoyable, give me a favor by clicking that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you all in the next episode of Get Smart. Peace.